Hello everyone. For those of you who don't know me, I'm Amy's older sister Kate. Hello.
Yeah.
Amy's asked me incomprehensibly to say a few words about her. Although we'd like to point out at this point that it's well known in my inner circle that it's risky to put me on speakerphone, let alone give me a microphone. So,
We trust you.
as far as I'm concerned, this only goes to prove that weddings make people crazy. Crazy. No, but in all seriousness, Amy, thank you for making this event an ordeal for me. And I only hope that I can return the favour in some small way. So, before I start embarrassing her, I want to first thank and congratulate everyone who made it out of the house today. Genuinely. Not a feat to be underestimated, and I take my hat off to you all. So, if you wouldn't mind joining me for a second, raising your glasses, to absent friends and family. Amen. Alright, let's do this. Right, you have to excuse any presentational quirks, bear with me, I'm nervous. I have known my sister for most of my life. One can only assume that's the cornerstone and indeed only piece of information she's based her so poorly thought out decision to ask me to speak. So yes, all but 14 months, a time henceforth referred to in my brain as only the golden time, without Amy. A favourite story told by my grandparents was me being dutifully taken to Hexham General Hospital to meet my new baby sister, only to be running full pelt, crying and screaming from the building shortly after, when the acceptably inanimate dolly I had taken her for had abruptly awakened and screamed herself purple. I'm not sure I knew at that time, in my one-year-old heart, what exactly I was fundamentally up to in the world, but I knew one thing. My shit had been fucked right up. Sorry, Granny, I promise I won't swear. My instincts were good. The arrival of a fresher, cuter child, quickly known as my granny informs me as the likeable one, did indeed fuck my shit right up. And it quickly entered a period henceforth referred to as the dark times. We shall not speak of the dark times, this is a happy day. Suffice to say, my horror and fascination with this small creature grew with each passing day. Scientific observations worth mentioning include its X-Men-like ability to inflict grievous bodily injury without leaving a mark, and conversely, produce a curious stigmata on its own body at will, interpreted to the untrained eye as evidence of attack. You can all think about that later. In layman's terms, she always won in a fight. Despite being a good foot taller than her. Like, it's scary, trust me, it goes that way. I'm told there were several thwarted assassination attempts in the first few years, but neither repeatedly filling her occupied cot with every stuffed toy and cushion I could find, nor booby-trapping doorways with stacked books, and not even repeatedly feeding her ants in the hope they would eat her from the inside. No, none of this with me from this red-cheeked bundle of pudgy-cheeked nefarious charm. See Ted for reference. Like, seriously, look at that. Who can compete with that? All I can say is the Roadrunner cartoons have been really misinterpreted. Amy maliciously persisted with her deliberate tactic of being instantly adored by everyone who met her, all the way up to puberty. No one likes a teenager, am I right? Right. Including the absolute mastering of vulnerable face, which, again, see for reference. Her favourite pastimes were being better than me at sports, singing, dancing, and being loved. She had temper tantrums so legendary if she ever lost at anything that fully grown, seasoned athletes would mysteriously come down with mid-game ankle injuries, or the scoring system would mysteriously reallocate itself that the lowest scoring person would win mid-game. Like, genuinely, this is a fury you haven't witnessed before. Right, so yeah, winner always Amy, that's what you need to know. It's terrifying. Anyway, on a less embarrassing note, Granny reliably informs me that Amy was always the least capable of all of us. Like, she was always the one brought home crying or needed looking after. She needed attention, yet despite these consistent and repeated confirmations of incompetency, she continued to delight and bring joy to each human she encountered. So spent I 2 decades in the observation of how people's emotions make no fucking sense at all. And then we grew up. Life hit. Right, we're going to skip over this bit, but this being that had wreaked absolute devastation to my life once we hit round about our 20s demonstrated to me such grace and ability to just get on with what is thrown at you in like the harshest possible imaginable. Hey George. It's a good kid. Like in the harshest possible of circumstances. That thing that makes you special, where it's what you don't say and what you don't milk, like genuinely humbled me. The idea that someone with so many of the same genes as me could possess that kind of a patience changed me. And I'm not showboating when I say I'm so proud of her for everything that she is, not everything that she does. Like, she astounds me every day. Yeah, but just a refusal to get stuck with stuff that would have floored me and that I would have milked until the day I died, and she just never mentioned. So and then of course Ted came, Greg came, and this annoying little creature that ruined my life and stole my limelight became my inspiration. Like, she's showed me how to be such a loving mother, and hey man, the person that was incapable of losing has now become the person that has taught me like how to win, like in everything. I'm assuming she's crying right now. I can't see her face. It's alright. And she made an okay child as well, but he's alright. We'll see what he does. Yeah, I know. So she's made it possible for me to sort of say like how grateful I am for like not just her but every sibling that I've got, and how much of an inspiration they are. See, even now she's not listening to my speech, she's attending to a child, which is a good thing, and I hate her for it, but like it's an inspirational thing. Like, and Greg, he seems pretty chill, so nice one, good luck with that. No, you've no idea the compliment that is. We gracefully welcome your genetic artistic talent in exchange for our dairy and gluten intolerances. So, thank you all so much for being here. And if you just raise your glasses, probably not for the last time today, bride and groom, and the little scrub they produce, and anyone else who may follow in their footsteps. Amy, Greg, Teddles, cheers.